Color mode uses a new kind of two-dimensional control where you can click in to latch. I don't have to keep my finger down on the mouse button in order to keep this control open. And when I drag up and down, I drag one parameter. In this case, I'm adjusting contrast. And when I drag from side to side, I adjust another parameter, in this case, pivot. In all cases, the pairs of parameters that each control adjusts are related to one another. So the idea is any two controls where using them together makes you more creative. Those are controls that we want to associate together, so it becomes really easy to sweep through a range of different possibilities and interactively see how these two controls work together. Now, generally speaking, the rule is the vertical adjustment is the most significant adjustment. That's the most important adjustment. In this case, it's the contrast adjustment. And the horizontal adjustment is the adjustment that modifies the vertical adjustment. Now, this isn't always the case, but usually you can count on the vertical adjustment being the most important thing you can do with that control. So for example, if I go into exposure, the vertical adjustment raises and lowers exposure, while the horizontal adjustment raises and lowers the black level. So if I want to open up my shadows, I can. So taking one more look at this, let's go to the color shift controls, because these are also a really great example. I've selected this orange-yellow swatch. And if I click to latch into the sat shift control, you can see that the vertical adjustment lets me intensify or diminish that particular range of hues. But dragging horizontally lets me select a greater range of hues or a narrower range of hues, depending on what I want to adjust. Once I've selected a narrower range of hues, then I can go ahead and drag vertically to fine-tune what I want to do with those hues. In this case, I want to intensify them. Incidentally, you can also use keyboard shortcuts to latch into these controls. Opening the keyboard shortcuts window shows the changes we've made to accommodate the new color mode. There's now a modal switch for the keyboard shortcuts. The color mode and the edit mode have independent keyboard shortcuts, so that each mode can have the best keyboard shortcuts for that particular mode's experience. In this case, there are a set of keyboard shortcuts specifically for latching into all of the main controls found in the adjust operation. This means that no matter where my pointer is hovering over the application, if I press Q, I automatically latch into the contrast control. W gets me into the exposure control, E gets me into temperature, R gets me into balance, and T gets me into saturation. A, S, and D let me access the color shift controls, and Z and X let me access the detail controls. Pressing the same keyboard shortcut again unlatches that control. So again, if I press W and press W again, that accepts whatever changes I've made. If I am latched into a control, I can also press Escape, or I can also press the Enter key. So this means with one hand on the keyboard and the other hand on the mouse, I can very quickly go in and just be fine-tuning everything I want to fine-tune. I want to cool this down, do whatever I need to do to refine these images, and when I'm done, I just latch out. Now, because we want these controls to give you the best experience possible, if you go into the wrench menu, you will see that there's actually a set of color control options. We've exposed a bunch of ways that you can customize these controls to work the way you would prefer. There's an overall sensitivity adjustment. So if you don't like the default sensitivity of the controls, you can make them slower or faster. You can also break the vertical and horizontal sensitivity apart from one another and have different preferences. Remember, the vertical adjustment is the most significant adjustment in the control, so you may find that a different sensitivity for the horizontal control may feel a little bit better to you. You also have the ability to choose what keyboard shortcut locks any given adjustment to either the angle, in the case of the balance control, or the axis, up and down, left and right. And by the way, directional stability adjusts the dead zone that each control has that prevents you from accidentally wiggling in the wrong direction when you're making a vertical or horizontal adjustment. And this can be adjusted to be either more restrictive or less restrictive. Additionally, a sensitivity modifier enables you to choose the key that modifies the overall sensitivity to be either slower or faster. So you can set things up so the ordinary sensitivity is faster, but the sensitivity multiplier makes it slower, or vice versa. You can have your ordinary sensitivity be very slow and the sensitivity modifier will speed it up. You can choose the way you want to work. Lastly, these nudge options are very interesting and kind of a hidden hero. The nudge factor basically governs how the arrow keys nudge any control you're latched into, both vertically and horizontally. And shift nudge allows allows you to modify that to be either slower or faster. And let me show you how that works. If I latch into a control, I can actually use the up and down arrow keys to adjust my exposure or color temperature or saturation. I want to lower the saturation. This is a great way to work precisely. It's also a great way to do almost every single thing you can do inside of an adjust operation from the keyboard. In fact, it allows you to do anything you can do when latched into any control from the keyboard. So as you can see, we've done everything we can think of to make these new two-dimensional controls comfortable, precise, and enjoyable. The best thing you can do right now is to just start using them. Grade a bunch of images, have fun, play around, get to know them, and it shouldn't take too long for you to start feeling like you've gotten the hang of them.